Massive warning about Palantir. Trading is about to start. I want you to listen to me. I don't want you to make a stupid mistake. Listen. This is urgent and this is very important. Give me 2 minutes. I might save you a lot of money. Listen. I'm a huge Palantir bull. Everybody knows it. So you can't blame me for spreading FUD about Palantir. This is not the point of this video. The point is that I want to give you a massive warning. And I want you to listen hard. I want you to listen carefully. So don't click nothing, don't smash nothing, don't buy nothing. It applies in the car videos as well. Palantir had a crazy run over the past 2 days. And maybe it will continue, maybe it won't. It doesn't really matter. It went up by what, like 15% of the past 2 days. So I don't want to see a repeat of what happened when the Reddit people took it to $40 and left a lot of you bag holding. Listen, I will be buying Palantir at any price below $35. I've been on and on about this. I'm not going to repeat it because I have a very long horizon. I don't care about waiting until the company actually catches up with the stock price or vice versa. It's fine. But there's a lot of people out there who don't have 5 to 10 years to wait in the stock. And that's fine. And they're looking for a quick gain, a swing trade, maybe even a day trade, maybe a medium-term trade. Not a good idea. Listen, don't get FOMO'd into this stock because you never know how it's going to behave. All I can tell you is that if you're buying Palantir now, buy it with the idea, with the notion that this is a 5-year, don't touch, don't F with investment. 5 years, you put it to the side, you don't look at it. That's the only way I would tell you right now it makes sense to buy Palantir. Now, I have faith in it, and some of you might have faith in it, but the question is, can it sustain this crazy run it's been on? Who knows? Nobody knows. There's a lot of volatility in the stock. It's dominated by retail. There's 65%, based on my last check, of retail participation in the stock. It is extremely high. In fact, it is too high for you to get into if you're looking for a quick gain. It's just too volatile. Plus, the stock isn't ready for that massive run we saw with Tesla in 2017, 2018, I don't remember exactly when it went from flat and parabolic up. There needs to be more proving done. Until the company can show GAAP profitability, until they can show that SBC, stock-based comp, is basically non-existent or it is very minuscule, until they can show consistent commercial growth outside the US, until they can reduce client concentration, until they can do a lot of these things, which I believe they will, the stock is going to be around that same area of $11, $12, $13. Maybe it flies, maybe it crashes. In both scenarios, it will have nothing to do with the fundamentals. So that's going to be gambling. If you're FOMOing right now into Palantir, you're gambling. You might make a lot of money, you might lose a lot of money. If you're a fundamentals-based investor, you have to be very careful. Only consider Palantir if you have 5 years to wait. This latest kind of uptrend is basically because of the market. It has nothing to do with Palantir. The market has gone up in the past 2 days. Palantir went up. Everything except BABA went up. Now, BABA went up like by 30% and then it kind of corrected back down another 5%. But all I'm saying, like, it's been a very green market. Everybody's basically been FOMOing back into the market. It's the wrong time to make a stupid mistake. So be very careful. Palantir might crash. It might fly. But unless you have the 5-year horizon, I suggest just stay away from it. There's plenty of other stuff you could play with. This is a very dangerous stock. Its price is insanely elastic, I guess. That's the word to describe it. Now look, if you ask about fundamentals for the next 5 years, look, there's no brainer here. It's a company that's growing at 30 to 40% per year. They're actually free cash flow positive at 30% operating margin. The stock-based comp is coming down. It's coming down objectively. It's coming down as a percentage of revenues. They're getting more and more work right now from Europe based on what just happened. The Ukraine-Russia crisis is opening a lot of doors for Palantir in Europe and in the rest of the world, not just on the government side, on the commercial side. Remember, we have a massive commodity crisis, shortages, energy crises, supply chains. Palantir Foundry and Gotham just became, I think, what Alex Karp said they would be just a year ago, the most important piece of software a company/government needs right now in this situation. And things aren't getting any better. You have the Chinese meddling, You have Saudi Arabia and OPEC meddling, Russia, Africa, India. There's a lot of new games going on geopolitically right now that are causing this chaos and uncertainty. And in times of uncertainty, there's not a lot of companies that will excel. And Palantir is one of them. And that's why I think it's a 5-year plan. This is a multi-bagger. But don't get FOMO into this just because you saw a couple of green days. Those green days has nothing to do with Palantir. It's just the market being the market. So be very careful. Make sure you give it some serious thought. Can you park the money for 5 years or not? If the answer is no, I would just say, look, just be careful. You don't want to get FOMO'd back into this crazy run fueled by hungry retail investors and just be left bag holding. Be very, very careful. Now, I hope this message finds you well. Let me know below what you guys are doing right now, where you at, how much money you got in Palantir, and if you like this new setup in the car. I kind of changed the angle a little bit. You guys were complaining about my nose hair. We trimmed that shit. Beard is next. I'll see you guys in the next video.